Hello, this is Stuart, and today I'm doing a walkover for a potential client, and I'd like to show you exactly what I'm looking at. Today is March 12th. It's chilly, maybe 50 degrees, and this client is calling me. As I walk over here, this is a very, very spongy lawn, and it's a tired lawn. And it's got patches like this in here. They're not throughout the lawn. But let's look down here and let's see what this patch is. What this patch is really, let's pull on this thing here. See how thick that is? It's mostly just old, dead, decaying sod, old lawn. And so I'm going to recommend him to thatch this thing. This needs to be thatched several times. And but I'm not going to thatch it this spring. What I would do, it's a little wet, it's a little heavy right now for raking and stuff like that. I think bang for the buck. With this client, what I'm going to suggest is he have me thatch this in fall time. I can come back, I can rip a lot of this stuff out of his lawn for him, and then we can aerate, seed, and fertilize. And the seed comes back really, really fast in fall. And you can't just put seed on top of this because this is not soil, okay? So even if the seed germinated, the roots wouldn't develop, the sun would come out and cook it. I'm going to try today. We'll probably aerate, seed, and fertilize today, hoping the seed takes. But it's a 50-50 gig here. It's always kind of 50-50 in spring. You know, in the Pacific Northwest, the Seattle area, yeah, it just is. It can get real warm, then it freeze and kill it. And fall's pretty much an automatic. And I don't see why I should put this lawn under heavy stress. And what I can get bang for the bucks, rip a lot out of this in fall time. And it'll be really easy to rake. And I can thatch it several times. And this needs to be thatched. I would thatch this for 2 years in a row. Starting this year, and then again next fall I would do this again. And I'm in the minimal efforts and maximum returns. This gentleman has a nice property, and it's just neglected the lawns. He's got one of those jobs where you go in and you work 3 days really, really hard, then you get a couple days off. And so he's one of those kind of departments. And I'm also going to suggest later on, probably October, after his new seedlings get established, that he get some very, very fine compost and rake it over this lawn. What we're trying to do with the compost, what that does, is that increases microbial activity and encourages worms and things like that to get going. And that'll help break down some of that thatch later. And it also help improve his soil. I'm a firm believer of having healthy soil. If you have healthy soil, it takes care of the plant, no matter what the plant is, whether it's an evergreen or it's a grass plant. And later on, I'll be getting a laboratory device that the mobile labs use for getting pH readings. And the reason we do that here, the reason I do that, is it tells me what nutrients are available to the grass plant. And that's typically 6.3 to 6.5 is optimum. But yeah, when you start dropping down, I think around 5.7, you can put as much fertilizer on there, but it's not available. It gets tied up in the soil, is what happens on that. So I'm going to, do a soil test, or do a pH test for him here in a while. In a couple weeks, I've got that order. It'll come in. And once again, this is Stuart Armour. Oh, as I also walk around in here, I see a little red thread and some rust going on here too. But the main thing is, this thing is just a sponge monster. And it's moist out. So I can pull some good plugs out of here right now. And then get some fertilizer down there. And I'm also going to recommend to him that he put on an organic fertilizer. If he can, twice a year. I'm just going to try to green it up and mask some of these problems till fall, and then address the serious long-term issues in fall. Once again, this is Stuart, and thank you for listening to my video. Bye-bye.